Our adventure continues this week on Pole House Blackpot Weekend Getaways. What would have taken the book Bushwhackers of the Santa Fe Trail 19 days, we completed in one when we traveled 277 miles last week, completing the eastern terminus of the Santa Fe Trail with McAfee Stagecoach Stop and Farm. And we fixed salmon patties for dinner. This week we continue the scavenger hunt. And we fix a Leslie favorite, Hotdog Casserole. It's a new way to use hot dogs. So stick around.
I think they're done, hon.
Well, good morning,
Good
everybody.
morning, everybody.
This is day 2.
Yep.
We stayed at a campground, a Corps of Engineer campground
Last
called
night. Yep.
Marion. Actually Cottonwood campground, but it was at the Marion
Lake
Reservoir.
Yeah.
We are still on the trail for the Santa Fe.
The next spot.
And this spot, well, you had some questions about this spot, didn't
This
you?
is the Cottonwood River Crossing. And we were looking at getting research in that book that you found.
Uh-huh.
And it's a series of books by different age groups. And one of the neat questions was, Angel, that you've read about, and you can answer it, when they would come to a crossing, like this was one of the major crossings, the Cottonwood River, would they go ahead and cross in the evening, or would they just wait till morning?
They would cross at night, because if they crossed in the morning, that was considered a cold caller.
Oh.
And the oxen would fight them crossing the creeks and rivers and
that makes
that
sense.
sort of thing.
And there was another reason, too, wasn't it? With the weather possible?
Well, as we all know, when there's flash flooding, when it rains,
Yeah.
they could swell to where
Yeah.
they wash them clear down.
Could get rain at night,
yes.
and then the water would be higher.
So,
Or something like that. But
we're going to go check it out.
all right.
Hey, there was a trading branch here.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
And this was,
There's also a mail station where they drop off and pick up mail.
but they also said it was one of the last spots.
To find hardwoods.
Yeah, the hard enough wood to make needed things like axles,
And wagon spokes, wheel spokes.
tongues, and things like that. So.
Each one of these sites, these markers, has a thing here that tells you more about it if you have internet connection. You can pick up one of these and it tells you about more about what's in this area.
Alrighty, let's see. You've got Cottonwood Crossing,
Yep.
and now
I haven't done the work yet. Chisholm Trail.
Chisholm Trail crossing is next.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we're off. All right, next stop. This is the marker for really neat little map down here too. Let's see. Just crossed. Not last stop was this Cottonwood River crossing. This is the trail going down here, and it comes down here, and we're right down here now. And this is where the Chisholm Trail, which came up through here from 1867 to 1872. And this is where they crossed. Now, in case you're wanting to know, the Chisholm Trail was a very important route from Texas, where the Longhorn Cattle Company, not company, but that's where all the Longhorn cattle were raised, and they had to bring them to market. Hence the cattle drives that came up into Kansas, and this actually route went to Abilene, Kansas, where they brought the cattle up, loaded them on rail cars, and then headed back east for beef for the eastern part of the United States. So pretty neat crossing. All right, I guess we're gonna turn around and head back and we'll see what is our next spot as we're heading west. All right, see you on the route. That's a pretty nice, neat little
It looks like it.
route. Yeah, there was one more kind of stuck between here on the gravels from where we went last time. That's on a site, if you look on like on Google Maps, but it was kind of up in the middle of the gravel road and mess, and not in our booklet anyway, so we kind of skipped that, but you certainly could follow that one if you wanted to. All right, we're heading west. See you in a minute.
Got done with the Chisholm Crossing.
All righty, now.
I'll have to do my homework later. There's lots of activities that'll keep you busy. The next is Lyons, Kansas. We've got a couple of stops here. We're going to go to this museum.
Cool.
And then there's a Cow Creek Station historical marker and Father
Padilla
Cross.
Padilla Cross. All right, heading towards Lyons, Kansas next. Okay, well, we are at the
Coronado Riviera Museum in Lyons, Kansas.
and it's neat. It's in an old public library.
It's
but
cool.
now,
But one thing about this, we decided before we got here we weren't going to stop, because this is mostly related to the Spanish conquistadors, which is a whole nother story.
yeah,
But it's closed even. There ain't nobody
it's closed
there.
on Sunday and Monday.
Yeah,
I went and
it's
looked.
closed today. So we're going to a place called Cow Creek Station, historical marker, and Father Padilla Cross. I probably butchered that. Now, the significance of this is the Santa Fe Trail crossed this crossing. There was a trading post. And guess, Wade, who ran this trading post?
I don't know.
Buffalo Bill Masterson.
Oh, my.
And back in 1864, there was a whole bunch of Indians that came and surrounded this site for 5 days, held it hostage.
Okay. All right.
So, one thing I wanted to say is this is quite a scavenger hunt. And we are enjoying the hunt, aren't we?
Yeah, and it would be really tough without our modern day computer stuff to kind of help. And the little booklets that we have some pretty good instructions on as you're traveling. You know, turn here on this street and go through, but it's not perfect.
It's got one big flaw. Instead of putting everything on where grouped together, they've splattered out some of this information. So I'm glad I printed this out.
Yeah, you made copies of the whole book.
Well, on
and
the
put
website,
it in our own. Yeah.
The website has these to where you can print them up just straight
And
from
you
the
just put them in this binder in driving order.
Yes.
So, all right, we're off.
We found Cow Cross Station. Like you would expect, like the book said, there's a picnic table and a big cross. After a quick lunch, we were off again. This time we're headed to... Next up, Ralph's Ruts and Plum Buttes.
All righty, we're off again.
Oh yeah, you can see it.
Hi there. What's your name? I don't know. I'm a doggy. Are you the keeper of Ralph's Ruts? can see the ruts going. There's a ridge there. And then there's a ridge right over there. And then down in between, in between we can see basically now we're down in bottom of one of the ruts. Pretty cool.
The Plum Buttes is something like these little hills that you see along the side of the road. I thought they were a fruit. Plum, you know, wild red plum. We have them all over the place. This is the city of Pawnee.
What is all that?
That is Pawnee Rock, Leslie, and that's one of our stops.
They got a museum here, don't they?
No, it's not a museum, it's just a site. But they use this rock to guide them across the plains in Kansas.
Another natural land. This is the most historic natural landmarks, they said.
And it used to be, what this thing say? Like 100 foot taller?
It was like 150 foot.
But it
roughly.
was used for building houses and stuff.
So they had knocked some of it off. So now the pavilion on top, kind of top
Gives
of
you
that.
an idea how tall
Yeah.
it was.
All right, we can go all the way to the top of this pavilion. Hi.
How's the view?
Pretty nice. You can look to the south and see present day Pawnee, Kansas. Pretty neat view way up here. See if we can get us a 360. Alright, back down.
We're gonna get it on the way back, honey. Unfortunately, closed Sunday and Monday is what the sign says. Leslie says,
Darn.
This is the
so this is Santa Fe Trail Center in Larned, Kansas. We're coming back, but it won't be until we're on our way home. This is a great stop. Plan on spending a lot of time here. Admission is free. This is a great exhibit. This fort is just steps away from the Santa Fe Trail, and cultures mixed every day. Soldiers met Plains Indians, European Americans, and Hispanic teamsters, homesteaders, hide hunters, scouts, and railroad workers. This row here is the officers' quarters. This post evolved from a rough, temporary camp setup in 1859 to guard the construction of an adobe mail station. It was a bustling soldier town by 1867, but became a near ghost town by 1878.
Party hats or the dress hats?
Yeah.
They would have to do it.
Yeah. You all didn't have to do them as much though, did you? This was surgery and and baking.
Making stuff, right?
Yeah, and then long paddles over there where they put the food in the ovens, I think.
Betting stuff
There's-
in there.
There's the bread. They had baked in the oven, brick ovens.
There's the wagon there, Dad.
Yep, this is where they worked on the wagons.
Neat. So what it is you think that?
Up, this is the blacksmith shop. You can smell the coal.
You can still smell it, and there's nothing howling. Can you imagine?
This was the school for the children that lived in the fort.
Cool. This must be like when they traded things, you think?
This is a butcher shop for one, and
Like to be trading things, so I
Yep,
see meat
goods
and
and
stuff, you
stuff.
know?
hams hanging there.
The holes were there when they would shoot the cannons out, see 'em? I know, buddy, you know, I know.
There's another Conestoga wagon. Supplies like coats and hats and shoes and
What, not for soldiers?
everything for soldiers, yep. Well, we have stopped at the small town of Kinsley, Kansas. We didn't make it quite as far
No.
as we hoped to today, but we had a lot of stops on the way.
If we'd
so-
have had that one stop to make that we missed, that we're gonna have to hit on the way back,
Yeah.
we'd be midnight. So,
Found a nice
If
little
you're
RV
planning
up.
this trip, plan a lot of time because you'll be stopping a lot. So
Yeah, nice little RV park. So we're gonna,
in Kinsley.
yeah, and
So-
we're gonna cook something for supper that Leslie loves. And what's that? Tater tot?
No, it's
not
hot dog
tater. Yeah, hot
casserole.
dog casserole, not tater tot casserole. I like tater tot casserole. Hot dog casserole, but we're gonna jazz it up with some like a smoked sausage or something.
Yeah, because
instead
you
of just
like
hot
the
dog.
smoked sausage.
So we're gonna, we got the
Trying to please
Andrew
both
already
worlds.
started the, we cheated, we started with a little burner to get the the pasta.
the pasta done,
Pasta.
and it has mashed potatoes, and it calls
that go
for
on
instant
top,
mashed
yeah.
potatoes.
So that's what
on
we
top,
made.
So
So you can use some different flavored instant
Oh,
mashed
yeah.
potatoes and kind of jazz it
your
up.
foam flavors.
Or homemade, if you'd rather do it that way, make it even better. So,
So we'll come back after the pasta's done.
all right, we'll be back. I think the Dutch oven's hot. If you want to
Okay.
come in and
Okay, Wade, come on and look in this. You saw me pour evaporated milk in there.
yeah,
And this, if you were using American cheese, which you could, it's 6 to 8 slices. But I like the cheese melt, AKA
processed cheese spread.
that starts with a V.
Yeah.
So, you get it melted, or as pretty close to melted as you can.
And Angel prepped ahead by chopping up
The smoked sausage.
before we left home.
Leslie said she'd like that too. Now, y'all don't need me to show you how we made wide noodles to package instructions.
Yeah. Pretty
I'm
simple.
not going to show that. And to that, we didn't want a whole lot, so we made 12 ounces of these noodles, but it's normally 16 ounces of these wide noodles.
Drain.
Yeah, well, I didn't do a very good job of it.
That's why she's doing it a little bit delicate.
Well, you never know, you might need some of that pasta water later. Sooner.
Winds are blowing a little bit, so we're gonna have to put the wind guard on when we get the bacon, aren't we?
Yep. And then to make it look pretty, just made my instant mashed taters. And just put dollops around and make it look pretty.
Right on the top.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'd set up in the Dutch oven on the bottom and the top, just like we would normally do a bake, which is about 24 pieces of charcoal. I actually used 26 since it's a deep Dutch oven. And I just did only 9 on the bottom. It should be plenty. Around the outside
Okay,
edge,
wait,
of course.
come look in this. See how I'm making a ring around there?
Yeah.
Now, the recipe does not call for this, but I had some extra cheese in our freezer since we're going to be gone a while, the fridge, and I didn't want it going bad. So I'm going to use the rest of our cheese. Got little tidbits of cheese everywhere.
Some shredded cheese.
Yep. Oop. I got some white cheese.
Mozzarella, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was. And this is a kind of a combination of Italian cheese. I know it's open. If I can just get it open. Actually, I think that's going to be enough
That's going to be
cheese.
plenty, yeah.
So I guess we're still going to have cheese for something else. Okay. Now, where is... We're going to start the bake. We'll be turning this in 10 minutes.
Yeah, it should be a normal bake, probably, Angel, of 30
Two
minutes.
turns and we'll be eating.
30
Or
minutes,
one
right?
turn. Yeah, no.
30 minutes total, you think?
I think 20 minutes total.
Okay.
Everything in there's done, and once it comes up to temp, you're done and the cheese melts.
Okay, well, we'll see. All right. Right. Checking it. We're gonna check. It's been 20 minutes. Cheese on top to probably go.
It could go another 10,
All right.
but then we're eating.
All right. 10 more minutes. It'll be supper time.
Looks good. Leslie's put her seal of approval
He's
on
already
it.
eating it? Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, good.
Now you can either put the smoked sausages in there like I did,
Hot dogs.
or hot dogs. Either way is good. We like it better with smoked sausage way than I do. And that about does it for this weekend getaway. If you liked this video, give us a like with a thumbs up. Share us on Facebook or Instagram, and please subscribe. That helps us out a lot. We're still almost at 300. Maybe by this airing we will be.
Yeah.
We had 300 and then somebody vacated. And thank you for watching.
Yep, we'll see you
This
next
trip
week.
continues.
Yeah, next week we'll see another, as we expand west.
Yes.
Still heading west.
Yep.
All right, we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.